Yeah.
What's up, What's up, everybody? You're watching a brand new episode of the Mixed Tag Show's new Twitch series, Put You On, where we essentially put you on to up and coming talent. I'm your host this week at Miss Jenna Baby, and we have none other. I gotta make sure I say this right.
Say it
We
right.
got we gotta say it right.
Say it
We
right.
got we got the Nightmare Factory Zone alum,
Uh-huh.
right? One
Uh-huh.
half of the infantry,
Got him.
right?
Got him. Got him.
Okay, and then a member of
Yep.
the baddest faction since the 90s,
You running it off. You running it off.
Overkill,
Okay.
and the IWE Mayhem champion.
Oh, I
That's
got it.
you right there.
Oh, that's me.
That's right there. We got it. There you
I
go.
got
We
it
got
right here.
it.
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
There we go. Carlie Bravo. What's up, man? How are you?
Happening. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Listen, I was very excited for this because I gotta give a shout out to my co-host Blue because
Mm-hmm.
I gotta give him his flowers. He set up this whole put
Blue
you on
man.
series.
Definitely the
You know what
man.
I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. He's put together this whole put you on series,
Okay.
and he's been contacting talent and just setting up the schedule. And then I realized I was up next to interview you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm familiar with you because we've been following each other for like a couple of years, but this is the first time we're
Facts.
chopping it up, right?
Facts. Facts.
And it's like just a couple of years ago, you were like me, just a wrestling fan, just living it up, doing, going to
Yep.
shows or whatever the case might be. I peeped that you into like real nerd stuff like Funko Pops and the
Yeah.
whole nine
Yeah. Yeah.
or whatever. And then, like again, when you see people's pictures pop up on your feed and whatnot, I noticed that I saw you with a bunch of white dudes, and it was just like, oh, this is interesting. I always find it interesting when like you see a group of white people and then there's like that one
Yeah.
black dude, which is cool, you know what I
No.
mean? But
Yeah.
I found it interesting, and that's when I peeped that you're a Marine Corps vet, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
then the pandemic happened, and
Yep.
I was getting into fitness or whatever, and then I peeped like you were like you were going hard on your workouts and whatnot, and then you had posted like I guess a nutritionist or slash trainer. She was a woman. I peeped her page because I was trying to get right because I'm working out, but I'm not seeing the progress that I wanted to see at the time.
Okay.
So then at that time I saw that I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Then I see you over here training. I was like, oh, maybe he's just a wrestling fan that's really, really passionate. And just his dream was to take a bump and see what it is.
Yeah.
Then I see you training
Yeah.
and with the Nightmare Factory, and
Yeah.
you're with Cody Rhodes, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not just like let me knock off something off the bucket list. This is real life.
Yep.
Fast forward, you're on AEW Dark. You're over here all over the place with all these different promotions and whatnot, and now I'm interviewing you. So that's why I'm very intrigued to see how you came about with this whole journey of yours. Like, how did it even start? Like, the floor
Man.
is yours.
Well, hi. Thank you for having me.
Hi.
You know, finally meet you. Uh, Great to be here. Shout out to Blue. I mean, this has been one wild journey. It's been a very
Mhm.
unexpected. I did not expect this at all.
Right.
As you said, I was just a casual fan. I was enjoying it. I love the product. I've been watching wrestling my whole entire life. Um,
Right.
but there ain't no wrestlers I know from the hood. I couldn't tell you not one wrestler I ever knew I ever met in real life. So I ever even seen walking down my street or something like that. So it's just something I never thought that was possible. You know. And like you said, I mean, you basically mapped it all out. Life happened. Oh,
Yeah.
the pandemic hit. I was like, hey, I hit some friends of mine who were really big indie wrestlers out here in Atlanta because I was very prevalent on the indie wrestling scene in Atlanta. Like, even if I wasn't wrestling, like notice a dude like me that would walk in, gold teeth,
Right.
stand in the back. You know what I'm saying? Who is this dude back there that's buying all the Hennessy? You have no idea. You go, saying
Had that New York swag.
they had to figure it out.
Exactly.
So I asked my buddy, who's legendary indie wrestler Murder One. I asked him to teach me, because I was into fitness, I was already on, you know what I'm saying, just teach me how to do this, it's something for fun. And he was like, I'm not gonna teach you, but I do got a friend of mine that I'll introduce you. I'll show him your stuff, and we'll see if he wants to link up. Well, that friend happened to be QT Marshall, and
Wow.
Yeah. And QT Marshall looked at my stuff. It was like, yo, you know, you got to look. I like, you know, you're different than anything I've seen. You know, you ever thought about really wrestling? And I was like, you know, sure, and I'll give it a shot. You know, why not? You know,
Yeah.
Marines, I can do this. You know, and we started running it, and it blew into something that I would have never imagined in a million bazillion years. You know, I would have
For
never seen this skyrocket the way it did. You know, I'm just
And
now.
it's such a short period of time.
Yeah. I'm just now coming up on my yearly anniversary. My year is on December 12th.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary or
Thank,
early anniversary.
thank you. And this has been unprecedented.
Yes.
Oh, like this is way. I didn't expect people to gravitate to me the way they did. I didn't expect to gravitate to the industry the way that I did. It was kind of like a match made in heaven. Um, and I just keep going. You know, every time I look up, I'm further away from the floor. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's been a blast. It's been wild.
It's crazy. You mentioned like in regards to just social media and just
Yeah,
networking. You knew a friend that knew a friend that happened to be QT Marshall, and then the doors just opened up for you.
you know, that's not somebody you just meet on the street. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was bananas. Yeah.
So how was it like? So obviously that you just discussed in regards to how all that unfold, but like talk to us a little bit more about just like what entails like the grind in regards to being a wrestler,
Ooh,
or just starting out, right? Because you were a fan, right? Or you're still a fan of what
yeah.
of wrestling, and it's just like you see so many of our like people that we grew up watching, they've been doing it since they were their teens or whatever the case might be. But again, for you, this was just it happened so quickly. So how's your journey been outside of like just getting there, like the grind and working out and eating right?
Oh, tough to be the
Yeah.
honest. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know. I know I may make it look easy. You know. I'll make
You know.
not.
Nah, me, yeah, for
It's
sure.
definitely a challenge. You know. It's definitely. I'm a grown man. You know. I haven't been doing this since I was a teenager. I got out of this. I got out of the military as a grown man. You know. So I have life. You know what I'm saying? And it has been quite the it's just been difficult. You know, it's a hard thing. Anything worth having is worth anything worth doing is worth having. You know what I'm saying? Or the opposite. Anything worth having is worth doing. You know,
Right.
you know, you have to work on your meal plans. You have to be in the gym every day. You know, you got to take these bumps. You got to go to training. You know, and you have to learn. There's being a lifelong wrestling fan. Wrestling is the most wildest industry because you can be a lifelong fan and not know anything that's going on. You know, you think you know what's going on, but you don't know
Right.
what's going on. You know,
You have no idea.
I have no idea, you know. And I
Right.
thought I was on the internet, yo, you guys got me messed up. I'll be getting mad at the results and all that other stuff. Like I'm a real
Right.
so
Right.
it was it's to open the veil and to relearn something that you've loved your whole life is different. To learn to love it in a different way because now I don't watch wrestling the same way as my friends do anymore. You know, now I watch it and I'm studying tape. I'm at class, but they're watching a show. You know, it's totally that whole aspect of it is completely different. You know, getting punched in the face regularly, completely. It's funny in wrestling. You can know exactly, and wrestling, it's weird. You can know exactly who you are as a person and not have any idea who you are as a wrestler. And boy, is that a crazy thing to try and get into sync. You know,
Yeah.
that's a thing that most people don't think about. You know, when you're at home and you're playing 2K, and you're like, "Oh, I'd be this guy. Oh, I'm gonna look like this." You know, there's so much more than being a wrestler than just how you look. Like it really translates to who you are. You know,
Right.
and you may think like I knew exactly who I was. You know what I'm saying? But who was Carlie Bravo? You know what I'm saying? And that was
Right.
I knew that too. You know, but
Right.
that's been the most difficult thing. The most difficult aspect about the whole thing.
So you said a couple of things that I wanted to touch on in regards to you're looking at wrestling from a whole set of different eyes, right? It's no longer being a fan, but it's actually a student of the game. Um, what what has surprised you in this journey of being a pro wrestler? Like something like you touched on, like you thought you knew this, but when you got into it, you're like, oh, this is not what it actually is. So what can I know there's not maybe certain things you probably can't say, but what someone that's listening to this and probably wants to get into
Yeah.
wrestling, what is something that surprised you that I guess you can give someone advice on in regards to that.
Um, I would have to say something that surprises me. You just never know what's coming. It's a
Okay.
constant grind. Um,
Right.
I think that I've got something figured out. There's another challenge to tackle. It is definitely you have to be ambitious in wrestling. If you were just coming out in the street, you have to be willing to knock down a challenge and be really have to take one back up at the same time. Taking
Right.
2, 3 different challenges at one time. This is kind of like you got to be a hustler. And I'm a hustler, baby. I want you to know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta be. It's gotta be in you. You gotta really be about this. This industry is everyone that's in this industry really, 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 truly does love the business. There's no way you can put yourself through the things that we do and not love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it even when Big Show is chopping my chest off. You know what I'm saying? I do. I love it even though freaking Johnny Hungy's kicking my heart through my back. You get what I'm saying? So you really gotta. It's gotta be a love thing. It's gotta be a real, real, real passion thing in order for it to work. Because if you just go into it being a fan, ain't nobody a fan of getting punched in their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I feel that. On a
Facts.
scale from 1 to 10, how much does a chop from Paul White hurt?
I don't want to get in trouble. So the
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
respect it.
say is a lot, but
Okay,
honest answer is I don't remember.
okay,
I was so juiced off the fact that I was in the ring with the Big Show, right?
yeah,
Like I'm like get off me. But oh,
yeah.
Big Show, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
Big Show. I grew up watching you.
Like
Word, right?
oh that hurt, but you can do it one more time if you really want to. Like I'm gonna tell my friends about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of
So
bugged
you kind of essentially mark out like Loki. You trying to keep it professional, but at the end of the day, it's because you grew up watching these people,
out.
right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're in a boxing match with Tyson, you're gonna be tripping that you're in a boxing match with Tyson, but
Scared.
you gotta remember you're in a boxing match
Yeah.
with Tyson. You know,
Exactly.
that's that's big time.
Um, we you again we you mentioned that you're a vet, right? So
Yeah.
in some shape or form, this essentially has prepared you for that, right?
Oh
Being a vet, because like you said, it's tough,
yeah,
and then just I'm assuming the traveling and just being away from home, and I see that you're like a big family guy. So how has that prepared you, and is it is I'm assuming it's tough, but elaborate a little bit more on that.
yeah, it is tough. It's difficult. And Marines helped out because Marines just it gave me like a no quit attitude. Like
Right.
Marines can I like kind of curse?
I don't give a fuck. You do what you gotta do. We from New York. You know what it is. You know what it is. Come on.
All right, so
Come on.
1,000%. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have a mentality being a badass that you're not gonna go in there and be like, yo, this about to be mine. You know what I'm saying? The Marines solidified who I was. So it was very easy for me to be the person I needed to be in wrestling. They ain't no, like you said at the beginning, they ain't no gimmicks here. Carlie Bravo is really Carlie Bravo. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Teeth and the chains, like I really be that person outside of wrestling. It's not even outside of wrestling to me. To me, this is all me.
Yeah.
Like some people are one way in wrestling, and then you get another person outside of wrestling. Like Carlie Bravo just wrestles. You
Right.
get what I'm
It's
saying?
just you. I,
I
I respect it. I respect it.
you know, and that was a huge help. That means because of that, the only thing I had to worry about was learning my stuff in ring. And figuring out how to really translate that outside. It's difficult traveling all the time, not being around home and stuff because I'm in a part of my life right now where this is the grind. Not many people can really, really, really achieve a dream that they want to do forever. No, not many people have that option. When you do have that option or you do have that opportunity, you really got to take it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to sacrifice a little right now to get the big pie later. So I try to be as open with my family about it. They know what's up. They know the love is there. They know the love is real, whatever. But Papa got to get busy. This is what it is.
Right.
The
I
time.
hear you. I
Facts.
hear you. So
Yeah.
this is all you. There's no gimmick. It's straight. This is Carlie Bravo. That's it.
Yeah.
But again, when
Yeah.
you that I'm sorry.
Nah. I said it often gets me in trouble, but me. Yeah. Yeah.
So you being in the Marine, right? In the Marines, it's like there has to be some sense of like, because like your character or you is like it's brass, is arrogant, it's just you're the best. But being there's still like this. You have to be in like this militant like uh, persona. Just you got to respect the rules and everything like that. So again, go translating to wrestling, you can't come in there first thing like, yo, this is all me. This you have to take a step back and be humble, or is that wasn't what you did.
That's what they want you to do.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I wouldn't be me if I wasn't. Listen, I'm definitely gonna
Hey.
like I'm gonna listen. I'm all I want to learn. I'm a student. When you're a student, you have to learn. Who
Right.
you may be. But just because I'm a student don't mean I'm not gonna get jiggy to come to class. You dig what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But just because I'm a student don't mean I'm not gonna be flying paper planes to the pretty girl in the front row. It is what it is.
Right.
I'm very much me. And it is you have to dial it back some because people are not used to us. By us, I mean I'm gonna say us, I mean New Yorkers on this one.
Okay.
We're very us. You know
And I get it. I get it 1,000% where you coming from.
what I mean is that we're very strong personalities. Think about a New York like stereotype you think of. That's really us. Like we really
Yeah.
be, but that's normal to us. To everybody
Mm,
small town they might not be used to that. Not
right.
everybody in America either. So you really got
Right.
to people who are just like, oh my gosh, like, geez, they're really loud and brash and
Brash. Yeah.
but to us that's the best part. It's our best qualities. You know,
Yeah. And
it's,
that's why they love us, right? So it's
yeah, yeah.
anytime you go out of state, you're like, oh, you from New York, right? Be like, yeah, So
Mhm.
they for whatever reason they love the accent. They love the attitude.
Yes,
You know
yes,
everything. Um, again, staying on topic in regards to the Marine stuff.
yeah.
I watched the promo that you cut on Veterans Day, and it was super super. I was taken aback again, just everything that we've been discussing. Like you just took to this really, really quick, and I'm watching this promo, and I was like, wow, this is really dope, and I
Thank,
felt it.
thank you.
How did you? Again, I'm assuming because this is just all you, but how did you come up with this concept and just decided to drop it on Veterans Day?
I mean, honestly, it wasn't even a concept. I like to address people. I like to
Mhm.
address the people.
Right.
Wrestling is fan based. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I gotta talk to people so that and I don't really I don't feel like sometimes I get enough time in a match to really explain who I am. You know,
Mhm.
best way for me to tell you who I am is to just tell you. You feel what I'm saying? Just tell you
You're tired.
straight to the point. I am my whole shtick is that I am America, and not from necessarily a military perspective, but a cultural perspective. America
Right.
is different now than it was 50 years ago, 100 years ago. America's culture, America is style, America's swag, America got pizzazz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is no longer white Wonder Bread. That ain't it no more.
Right.
I'm saying like
Right.
America's an everything bagel. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got everything
That's
in
a great way to putting that. I feel that.
then everything in pop culture has culture in it.
Mhm.
Everything in pop culture has culture in it. You know what I'm saying? So like America is gonna there's people that serve our country that look like me, that got tattoos, gold chain, kinky hair, and everything else that just don't care. But we as patriotic as they come. I'm from New York. I was there when 9/11 went down. You can't make them no more American than I am. You dig what I'm saying? So it just fit. And that's my ultimate thing. That's the message I'm trying to get across. And so, with that being it, Veterans Day was the platform for me. You get what I'm saying? Like Veterans Day, it might as well have been Carlie Day. I come out with the daggone flag, like that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? So, who would
Yeah.
I be not to address the people on Veterans Day? Now, and if you're smart, you have to assume Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and daggone July 4th, them are gonna be Carlie days. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
stick a fork at it, you're gonna hear from Carly on them days. You know what I'm saying? Because that's me. I can't not. You know what I'm saying? You don't not see LeBron in the NBA Finals. That's his job. That's when he gets the busiest. So Veterans Day is when I had to. It just made sense.
I don't agree with that point because I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I get which
You got
I get what you're saying. If you said someone like Steph Curry or something, then we could have been rocking, but
Steph
you said
Curry.
LeBron.
Come
That's
on.
my guy. Listen, when real quick before we go, before we get back to you, a couple of years ago, I was I was in a college prep program. They took us to different colleges in the country. One of the
Right.
colleges happened to be Davidson.
Right.
And when I tell you I was so impressed, and mind you, from New York, you're from the
Facts. Facts.
city, it's a culture shock. So
Facts.
we're in rural North Carolina, but the way they presented everything and just legitimately, I'm not even exaggerating, rolled out the red carpet, fed us like that's the first time I had vegetarian lasagna. Like it was super dope. And then they took us to a Wildcat game, and it was the first time I saw Steph Curry. And mind you, I thought he was trash because he was missing a whole bunch of threes.
Right.
And
Right.
I was like, yo, number 30 is trash. And then after halftime, he didn't miss not one shot. And I was like, oh. So then after that, I followed that man's career. And then here we are.
And
That's over 10 years later. Like that's my guy. So again, if you said Steph Curry, I would have understood your analogy a little bit better, but
nah.
it's fine.
Nah.
Anyway, getting back on topic.
Okay.
So you obviously you're an alum of the Nightmare Factory.
Yes.
There
Yes.
was a comment a couple of weeks ago that a lot of people were discussing from the AEW Women's Champion Britt Baker. She was critiquing NXT's current developmental system, saying I can't remember her exact words, but essentially she was critiquing it, saying whatever. She just wasn't a fan of how they're doing it. And I questioned it, and I was like, well, does AEW have a developmental system? And Blue had hit me up and said, listen, the person you're interviewing came from their developmental system. I didn't equate the Nightmare Factory to, let's say, NXT, and I know I don't want to cause any troubles in regards to you discussing any of this, but what's your take on it in regards to AEW having a developmental system? Would you equate the Nightmare Factory as that? And what are some things that you would like to see, since you're now a graduate from it, in regards to them progressing, or are they doing the right thing?
Yeah.
What's your take on all of that?
I would say, to start off, yes and no. I would say yes, we kind of are a developmental, but no, we definitely ain't either. As far as
Right.
like, it ain't like, if you go to NXT, if you go to the PC, you definitely going to WWE. You know what I'm saying? Just because you had Nightmare Factory don't mean you're going to AEW. But they also, AEW also probably got first picks of what they see at the Nightmare Factory as well. So it's like a caveat, I guess. It's a give or take, if you will. The best way to answer that is, for me, I think I consider myself, I don't know if anybody else would, my class, I consider us the very first homegrown talent of AEW. Like, I consider myself probably the most homegrown talent AEW's ever had. I never stepped in a ring before I got to Nightmare Factory. Never once, never ever.
Wow.
Never, ever, ever. And
Never, ever.
never, ever.
Okay.
And Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall taught me how to fucking wrestle. You dig what I'm saying? Like, so really, I learned from AEW. You dig what I'm saying? Like really, So and then as soon as they graduated me a month later, let's bring them up. You get what I'm saying? So like, I am about as homegrown as AEW can get. But if there's anything I would like to see them do differently, I mean, they've got it down. I mean, the people that have come out of the Nightmare Factory are who's. You get what I'm saying? As far as like right now, people you've heard of: Brooke Havoc, Dean Alexander, who literally been killing it on Dark all the time.
Right.
Freaking Dylan McQueen, Julia, with Varsity Blondes. You know what I'm saying? The Renegade Twins, who have been everywhere on the indies lately. You know what I'm saying? It's really a big who's who. For we've had 5 classes, and you've heard about a good amount of people.
A good portion of them, yeah.
Some of them have wrestled beforehand, so I don't really know how I qualify that. But I haven't. So it's weird. As far as doing anything different, I don't know. I think AEW's in a weird space as far as I don't know if they need developmental. Where wrestling's at, they don't really need to train people because there's so many great wrestlers already out there
that's available, right?
Which is why I consider myself so lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Go ahead. I'm doing my interview. You should probably go though, because I'm doing my interview. Thanks, guys. It's my loves.
they
You know,
gotta check. They gotta check in. They know that. They know Daddy's a big time star, so they
you
gotta
know.
see what's
Yeah,
going on.
but yeah, that's a fact. It really, I don't know if I would say they need to do anything different. They've got everything pretty locked in. Uh,
Mhm.
I was just lucky. You know, like through all of the things going on in wrestling, somehow I still managed to be taught by these people. You
Yeah.
know, it really, like, to say the things out loud still blow my mind itself. You know, we're
Mhm.
biggest pro wrestling swell probably of all time. You dig what I'm
Mhm.
like? My company AEW is really like they dragging anybody that they want. You know, anybody that's not nailed down is getting taken, and it's making the best product on television. Yet they still, the top guys in the company still have time to make sure I know how to do my moves right and make sure I'm looking good when I'm in there and I'm doing my thing. So we get that it is kind of a developmental, but it's more personal than that. Like, we were pretty much
Okay.
specifically, which is crazy.
I respect it. That's dope.
Yeah.
Um. So we're talking about wrestling and everything, but I don't think we haven't actually really dabbled in regards to like when did you fall in love with wrestling and like what made you say like what, damn, I love this, I'm a fan, I'm gonna continue to follow this into my adulthood.
Yeah. I would say when I was a kid, probably about 4 or 5.
Okay.
First wrestling match I ever seen was Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. In
Okay.
my mind, those are comic book characters come to life. You know,
Yeah.
we're talking back in the early 90s too, where like not everybody, like, you didn't see people like that all the time. The only place you saw people like that was on TV. So you got
Hmm.
6'7" blonde hair Hulkamaniac running around, eat your vitamin, say your prayers, and then you got this, I'm just gonna say, wild, dude, with tassels on his arms that's bigger than a house.
And
Like,
big, yeah.
freaking mind. Like, I'm 6 years old. I'm like, yo, I want what cereal they have. I need that. You know what I'm saying? But that diet, if you think I didn't go to my room, take the laces out my Nikes and wrap them things around my little arms when I was a kid, you are tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was wilding. It was the coolest thing in the
You
world.
bugging because Nikes,
Yo,
cost some money, it costs a couple of dollars. So, but I hear you.
here. I didn't care. I had the sheet on my head like it was long hair. I was doing the whole joint. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, for sure. It changed my life. And I fell in love, like, literally 100%. Fell in love after that. Every single thing that, I mean, I watched wrestling all the way up till I was in the military.
Mhm.
And when I got out the military, I kept up with it. The product changed a little bit, but I kept up with it, and I was able to re-fall in love with the athleticism of it. And I think that's what really, like, when you're a kid, it's the stories, it's the supernaturalness, oh my gosh, the bigger than life thing. But as an adult,
And
you start to fall in love with, like, the ability that these people can actually go out there and do this all the time, and that they're putting on these matches for us like this. It becomes an
right.
appreciation thing. Like, yo, you really putting on this show for us. Like, you jumped off that ladder for me, huh? Well, I appreciate it. I care for that. You dig? So it's there.
Yeah, not every fan has that mindset. I appreciate that, but I hear you.
You know, I think
Yeah.
that's where we at right now, because we all know that. We all know that, like, there's a degree of wrestling that's not, UFC, we'll say. You dig what I'm saying? But it still captivates us. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's not the fact that, like, we know what we're going to the wrestling show to see. We've seen the moves 100 times. But
Yeah.
we know, like, when a dude loses and he gets up, we still clap. Why? Because, yo, you just took that ass from for me. Thank you.
Yeah, it's art. It's a performance. It's the simplest way I can put that. So for sure, like this past weekend, I was a few shows, and it's just like again, like you said, you see this 100 times, but it's just still like invigorating. It's like it's captivating just to be there and just that energy.
Yes,
So,
absolutely, absolutely.
who would you say? I guess it was your inspiration in regards to, or your favorite wrestler, not necessarily inspiration, but just favorite wrestler growing up, or and still to this day.
Favorite wrestler growing up, probably Shawn Michaels. Probably Raven. Probably, I don't know, The Rock for sure. As I
My guy,
right
my
now,
goat.
wrestler is, my favorite wrestler don't my real favorite wrestler got fired, and I haven't seen him in a while. So I really,
We're gonna say that wrestler's name or?
I don't know. I don't know if I can get. I don't want to get in trouble, but they used to let him in, so he was pretty cool back in the day. You get,
Okay.
you get it. You,
Okay. I
um,
mean, it's not like we're not employed by
I,
anybody. So I
I
mean, you could
was a big Bray Wyatt guy. You dig?
okay, like we're not employed by WWE, so you can
None
say
of
the
us,
man's name.
none of us are. You know what I'm saying? Big fact. I was a huge Bray Wyatt guy. I love the creativity he brought to the table. He was amazing. These
Like
days,
Husky Harris, or it was, or when he turned to Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt,
Okay, I was
Bray
making sure.
Harris didn't get a chance to really fly. Uh,
Yeah,
but the things that Bray does creatively blows my mind.
for sure,
You
for
know, like
sure.
so it's so hard to be different. You know, and be different and be accepted. You know,
Yeah,
and my man, like, and then it's hard to have a second wind and make it work.
yeah.
A lot of people don't get that do over. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. You know, I like that. I don't know, man. Somebody I don't even know Cody Rhodes, dude. I know that seems mad whack, right? Because that's my coach, but like,
No, it doesn't because and it's right now. It's like
my
I'll
answer
say
that
I'll say it right now because I'm assuming you couldn't say it, but it just seems like there's a hate Cody campaign going on right now.
yeah,
But
big hate.
but
There's a big hate.
no,
Cody turned to
yeah, but
John Cena basically. Like he's the undeniable face. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
And Cena went through that.
I
It took
said that.
yeah. See, he's the undeniable face. He refuses to change. He's for the kids. He's good. He's over. He's gonna do the right thing. And us as adults, there's something about that we hate, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to because we want to see. We came there for blood. It is what it is. He not gonna give us that. You know what I'm saying? But what happened eventually with Cena? Eventually, after I mean, when I say eventually, I mean 10, 15.
But you're talking about 10, 15 years later he's been accepted,
My
but
man, years. It happened to Roman for a while. Booed for years, not months, years before we really appreciated. Like, yo, you know what? Because think about it. Cody got booed for years,
Roman had Roman had to change his gimmick though in order to be accepted.
but didn't Cody though? How long have we been watching?
Sure, but he changed his gimmick. He was a heel. It changed his. He changed. He turned into a face. Accepted, and now people are rejecting that,
He,
right?
he turned into a freaking celebrity, and they hate it. You know, he turned into a
I
celebrity.
said that.
It's cool. You know, like I get it. You dig what I'm saying? I think I have a different opinion of it because I see it. You know, like yo, he really liked that. He's very much Carlie Bravo. Like the person you see, he really like that. He really come wearing suits everywhere. He really is like he his daddy's son. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was the man. His dad was the showman. His dad was charisma. That's who my coach is. You dig what I'm saying? In ring wrestling, favorite wrestler right now, probably God, I sound like such a mark. Probably my coach, my other coach, QT, because the man, I see him do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like the man can go.
Listen, we put a negative connotation with the word mark, but it's like it is what it is, right?
You got
You can admire someone's work, and these are people that trained you. So why wouldn't you admire what they do? So
it's
I don't. It's cool that you marking out for someone for people that have helped you so far in
when
your career.
I'd be lying if I said I realized how good QT Marshall was before I started wrestling. I don't think anybody
Mm,
because we're blinded by the lights, right? You know,
right.
but if you think about the matches he's had over the last couple months, they've been
Mm,
yo, my man's about to fight CM Punk, bro. You dig what I'm saying? They don't give people these matches for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like we want you to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the point of these matches is to put on a great show for the fans. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
They're not gonna put on a show. I'm not gonna put a match on the card that they think is gonna be trash. You feel
right.
so like
Right.
my man, and then when someone's like, if we're gonna go, all right, let's say Steph Curry, that's where we're gonna go, right? If Steph Curry is teaching me how to play ball, right? He's my teacher
Mm,
me how to play ball. It's one thing to learn from him. It's another thing to watch him in game and learn from him and do it that way. Because you'd be like,
mm,
yo, you really be applying pressure. Like, oh, you really now crossover. Like you crazy with it. That's
right.
how it is for me. You know what I'm saying? There's the Phoenixes, there's the Pentas, there's Pac, you know what I'm saying? Kenny Omega. I mean, these guys are amazing, you know, but like I've learned to appreciate wrestling. You know, it's just wrestling, you know, like it's crazy to me.
I noticed you mentioned a lot of company dudes. And you mentioned someone that recently got fired from the other promotion, but is there anyone across enemy lines that you dig currently?
Yeah, ain't no enemy lines to me, baby. Carly go where you want.
I hear you.
Max, anybody I like over there? I don't know. I like everybody. I like wrestling. I
Okay.
be I anybody say I don't watch the product. I watch everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everything. My favorite
I
person,
respect that.
Roman's killing it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I hate that. Like I hate to sound like everybody else, but like he really is killing it.
he is. He
Um,
is.
Massive. I'm a huge NXT guy. They're cool.
Hmm.
You know, some of the people that are over there are friends of mine. You know, shout out Carmelo Hayes. That's my G. You know,
Hmm.
he's nasty with it. Shout
Hmm.
out Brooks Jensen. That's my boy. He about to be big over there. You know what I'm saying? It's also because a lot of the people that are there now, since they're rebranding, are guys that I've met this last year.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? I have a different relationship. So the people that I've met that have embraced me, knowing that I'm just now getting in it, are reaching out to me and doing stuff like I do the same back with them. You know, MSK, they're my boys. You know what I'm saying? It's just I have to watch my friends because they're also the ones that's teaching me behind the scenes.
I respect that because a lot, again, just you have fans, but then you have fans where they can't decipher the two in regards to reality and people that are entertaining us, and you think everyone thinks, oh well, it's a war between this company and this company, and that people can't get along and be friends. So I respect that you admit that, listen, I can watch everything and still know who I'm with.
Oh,
I respect that a lot.
absolutely. Our thing lately has been basketball, right? So just because we're not on the same team, we still might face facing it for the championship.
Right.
When that bell ring, it's game. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
as the gun is over, all right, yo, what's up? We out here. You know, oh, you killed it on that. You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is, for real.
It is
um Tell me a little bit more about Overkill. My co-host told me about a little bit in regards to how that came together. But I want to hear from you in regards to this faction, the
yeah,
baddest faction since the '90s.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Overkill.
And tell me who's for those who don't know, who's in
Yeah,
Overkill.
Overkill was the brainchild of just Southern wrestling. I'm gonna say South
Okay.
South. There's different I guess you could say scenes in indie wrestling. The South has got one. The Midwest has one. Up North is killing it. You know what I'm saying? Texas has its own. But the South, those indie wrestlers that are in this region, they tour around a lot. You know, the people that come in and everything like that. So you just happen to see the guys that are on top. The guys and girls that are on top. And the guys that are on top out here are guys like David Ali, the Savior, the Real Mean Girl, Danny Jordan, Ashton Starr, Zicky Dice. These guys are top people. There's tons of other phenomenal people, but those guys I just mentioned, that's my Overkill gang. That's okay.
Okay.
David Ali's been the number one wrestler in the South for probably about 2 years running, had every belt that you could have in the South. Is doing his thing now. Zicky Dice, we see him on Impact all the time. If you don't know Zicky Dice, you don't know wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Zicky killing it right now. Danny Jordan, I mean, what can we not say about female wrestlers in Danny Jordan? Everyone knows Danny Jordan. The Burn book, you see her all over every freaking promotion you could have. And
Love that gimmick.
her gimmick is amazing, right? And
Yeah.
Ashton Starr is a pioneer in wrestling. If you watch indie wrestling in the South, or if you watch indie wrestling at all over the last 5 to 6, 7 years, you heard of Ashton Starr. Way before there was a gay revolution in professional wrestling, you was watching, Ashton Starr go out there and kill it and make a name for himself and put them on the map. And then and the rookie of the year, then you can't. It's like I don't want to be funny, but you can't have. It's like evolution,
Talk your shit. Good.
You can't have
Good.
killing it back then and killing it now, and I had a person that's obviously killing it next.
Right.
So it was like yo, I had to earn their trust. They had to see it. It's one thing they hear about. A lot of people. That's what it is with me in wrestling. A lot of people they hear about my name and like, who's this guy I keep hearing about? Who's this guy I keep hearing about? Then they find out how long I've been wrestling and they see me and they're like, oh, okay, he legit. So
Yeah.
I guess that's what they did. We made this group, and that's really between that and my coaches in AEW. That's how everybody heard of me. You know,
Okay.
Overkill took off way bigger than I could have expected. You know what I'm saying? And that's been probably one of the funnest things I've done in professional wrestling. And I've learned so much from these guys. I'm around 30, 40 years of talent between all of them guys. and all they want to do is pour into me, and I'm the life of the party over there, between keep things swinging, you know what I mean? We keep things,
Yeah,
you know,
facts. That New York swag,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
So before we get into one more question, before we actually get into one of your matches,
Please.
one of the things you just mentioned in regards to just who's this guy, right? One of the other things, like outside of following you, like if this was the first time someone is like happened to see you, right? One of the things that I know I would notice is that you're a black dude that proudly carries an American flag, right? And you're very, very pro America, right? But the irony, right, is like
Say it. What's the irony? Say it.
the irony is
Say it.
America isn't pro black, right? So
Yep. I
and
am.
you're a wrestler
Yep.
who's you're in an industry where it's white male dominated, or at least over the since the beginning, that's been what it is, right?
Yep.
So do you like how do you stay patriotic and still pro black? One. Two, what do you think is your responsibility in bridging that gap, right? Specifically, like again, just in this industry. Mm, question got a little intense. All right, we lost him. We lost him for a bit. Just give us a couple minutes.
Be
All right,
back.
here
Be
we
back.
go.
Back.
I was
Oh
like,
shoot. Nervous. Oh,
I
I
was
got so
like,
scared.
yo, I was like,
What
yo,
happened?
I don't know.
It took me backwards.
This
No, no,
question
no,
got a
no.
little
I
real
want this.
for you.
No, no, no. This is probably the best question I've ever been asked. So I want you to ask this.
Okay. So again, what do you feel again, how do you stay patriotic and pro-black, and what do you think
Hmm?
is your responsibility in regards to bridging that gap in this industry where it's dominated by white males essentially?
Ooh, uh, it's easy to. I don't think being patriotic and being pro-black are necessarily separate.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm also again. I'm not many. I'm American because, in case nobody know, all right, so we covered I was in the Marines. Everybody knows that. I'm very, very much proud of that. I've been to war a bunch of times, during my time in the military. Can't talk about that too much, but I went to Iraq, went to Afghanistan, got all kind of medals, and I was an infantryman, which means I wasn't a paper pusher. I was in combat, things got real. It is what it is. I have been so many places. So I'm pro-American because we all born here, but I've seen what it's like to not be here. You
Right.
dig what I'm saying? Like, and you don't realize how good we have it till you're not here no more. You dig what I'm saying? I look at America like a family, right? Like actual family. There's always mad problems in families, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I got mad problems in my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
We
hear
look
you.
good on the outside. We look good on the outside, but we still have our issues, our internal issues. That's what people don't get about us. It's easy to be somewhere of luxury and complain about not wanting to be there no more. You know, everyone else that's not in America, whether people like to believe it or not, not everyone, but a majority of the places that I've been to, they want to come to America because
Right.
we have what is just what everyone doesn't, and that's just it's a freedom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. I've been here. I'm not blind to it. I'm a black man in America. If you think that I haven't had people scrunch their face up at me, like my shtick, as far as the America thing and being me, like it is a walking juxtaposition. It's a walking clash. You know, um, I'm in the South too, and what the good old boys down here don't want to see is a guy with a flag and gold teeth and chains and all that, because at first, just from looking at me, they don't want to like me.
Yeah.
They don't, but but here's the tick, right? They can't not like me because they can't say no to America, right? Like, what you gonna say? I don't like what, you more American than me? Probably not, Bubba. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you, my resume is crazy, crazy. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I'm fighting for the same family that everybody else would be fighting for, my family that lives
Yeah.
here as well. You dig what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to it's hard because like we talked about earlier, what my goal is for what I'm actually trying to portray. Some people don't see that.
Yeah.
I've had people at the top tell me that like have tried to like, I'm not gonna say they've been racist, but they've said some funny stuff to me. Like you're more like yo America, yo yo yo, and I get what they're saying. What I'm not like, tell me what you really think I am. I know
Yeah.
what they're really saying, but they can't say that. You dig what I'm saying? My responsibility as a Marine is to remind people of how great this place is despite our problems. You dig what I'm saying? I've got too many of my friends, and when I say too many, I mean too many of my friends that have really given their life for the flag. You know what I'm saying? For the people here. So I owe them that. This is for them. My gimmick, the things that I portray, all of this is for them. It's an honor of them. But also, I refuse to be who I ain't. I know where I'm from. I know exactly how I look. I'm not gonna wash myself out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Queens, from Spring Valley, New York. I'm not letting nobody take that
You
from me.
from Queens? I'm from Queens. That's why I'm
Jamaica, we
feeling.
out here, dog.
No, we're not from Jamaica.
I am.
Okay, I'm from Astoria, but Queens
Oh,
is all
same,
love.
same. Yo,
Okay,
it's a Queens thing, huh?
right.
I can't not be me. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My American hero, as crazy as this may seem, was Joel Santana and Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
a hip
peep.
hop reference if you get it.
I peeped the shirt, the infantry shirt, diplomats. I
Like
got you.
I'm just as American as everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm also proud to be a black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shy away from that. You know what I'm saying? The things that we love jewelry, we love flash, we love pizzazz, we love, we love getting busy, we love getting jiggy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this is just who we are. I can't
yeah,
take away from that to try and fit into something else. No, in fact, I'm gonna bring that there and I'm gonna put a little sasson on that and show them how we get down. Hopefully there's a kid in Queens. Hopefully there's a kid in Atlanta. Hopefully there's a kid in California somewhere that when he wake up, when he go outside, all his friends got gold teeth in, right? And all his friends, they listen to hip hop and they got chains on, not like that. He can be there and still believe I could be a wrestler too.
yeah,
You smell what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you're not gonna walk up like, don't nobody look like me that's from out here. Nah, baby, bad news and tattoos. I'm you, baby. We out here and we can get
yeah.
here and they can't say no.
Facts. Absolutely. Well, that's a great way to end it off. So I guess we can let's get into one of your matches. I know
Let's
we
get it.
had a couple.
Let's get it.
We had a couple of options. I don't know. We watching this past match that you had on
Whatever
Dark,
you
or I know the.
want. Y'all pick
All right,
whatever you want.
all right. Just waiting for Blue to set that up. But in the meantime, as he's setting that up, tell me a little bit more about so obviously we got to know you in regards to how you started or whatever. How would you say excuse me, your style is when it comes to wrestling?
Uh, I like punching people in the mouth, and
Okay.
I like hurting people's limbs.
I
Like if you're gonna leave something out there, I'm gonna take it. I like chipping away at people. It's just easier. I'd rather hit you and hurt you than try and marvel you with some cool move that I could possibly miss. Screw
yeah,
all that. One shot, one kill. That's how we was in the military. That's how we are in a fight. You know what
I
I'm saying?
love
I
that.
want to
I
get
love that.
yeah, one direct shot. Screw all that other stuff.
I love that. I love the analogy. Again, you just bringing your actual life into this new world of wrestling. So I definitely like
I
the
appreciate
bridging it
that.
together.
Yeah.
All right, all right, Blue, you can start it. I don't know, Carly, you want to tell me a little bit more about what we're getting ready to watch?
This is in Atlanta. This is Championship Wrestling Atlanta. Fighting one of the best wrestlers probably on God's green earth, and Owen Knight, one of the biggest indie wrestlers out here. We did our thing. I had a match with him at Center Stage, a legendary place in Atlanta. It was no joke, man. It was no joke. This is about a month ago. This was a very, very, very hard match, man. Whew. That boy right there, that boy can work.
But he's not better than you.
I mean, is there many people who
All
are?
right,
Can I say it
exactly.
though?
And this is in Atlanta, so you is kind of like a hometown thing for you, right? Because you
Yes, he's from Atlanta, but any city I'm at is my city.
bet
You
heard
know,
you
no matter where I'm at. Boy, that
right.
boy look good right there.
Got New York,
That boy look
like New York. You just there's something about us, right?
It's that thing in us, you know. You just can't
Yeah,
deny it.
you step into place, and it's just from New York. I'm a New Yorker. And you got
Yeah,
your flag, you repping.
big time, big time, big time, big time. I'm always repping.
That definitely gave me
Uh,
you definitely gave me a new perspective in regards to in regards to being patriotic, because a lot of us are very you know jaded when
yeah,
it comes to the whole patriotic
yeah.
thing. So,
Absolutely, absolutely, and I get it, you know. But honestly, our ancestors fought way too hard to stay here, you know,
mhm.
for me to sash that. You know what I'm saying? Like, think
Right,
about how many ancestors we lost here.
right.
What kind of service would we do if we didn't be the best we could be here for them? Oh, come on,
Agreed.
man.
Agreed. Agreed. We That's
Yeah, yeah,
why it sucks that, not to get too political or whatever, but that a lot of us don't take the freedoms and the liberties that we have now, such as voting and all these different
yeah,
things
yeah,
that our ancestors, you guys, fought for, right? So,
yeah, yeah. I agree.
so we about to start this match.
Let's get it.
So now, are you working as a heel or a face here?
I am whatever I am. I have no idea. I'm always
Whatever it
Carlie.
is. I hear
Whatever
you.
I am, I'm
I
always
love
Carlie.
that. So So the crowd don't know. If they're gonna mess with you, they're gonna mess with you. If they don't, they don't. That's essentially how it is.
Yeah, they usually mess with me the right way. I don't
Mm.
never get booed that much, so you know, this is what it is. I'm blessed, I guess.
I guess.
Ah, I guess we're gonna be right here. Yeah, I need my charger.
we're
There we go.
gonna wrap this up a little bit so you can.
Oh, dude, you're a good. You're a good. I am chilling.
Okay. Well, you know what? Watching your match and watching how you work, you can see being trained by Cody. I can see like the similarities in how you're working right now.
Can you?
I can.
Oh, that's
It
crazy. How do you see it?
it's just the way you're moving right now, specifically like that sequence right there.
Uh huh.
It gave me very much Cody and your
Okay,
body
I'll take
type,
that.
which is it's a positive. Again, I'm not on the hate Cody train, so
I dig it. I dig it.
yeah.
So, like I said, I like picking body parts and taking them out. It just
There you
works.
go.
You know, you can't hit me if you can't swing. That's how I look
There
at
you
it.
go.
And then while you're crying and you're doing all that, I'm just gonna laugh. We out here. You know, you hit me in my face earlier. You know, you shouldn't have hit me in my face.
Well, I like this right here. Is this a specific?
Like I told you, I like hitting people. You know, that's like a beat down boot camp. You know, I just give them what they ask for.
They just called this a specific move, didn't they?
I don't know what they called it. I just laughed at it.
Okay. You just do what you
You know,
got to do.
I just came in there to beat people up. That's all I do there.
Simple as that.
That was hurting somebody's arm again. Vindictive. That's so rude. You know, like you punched me in the mouth. You shouldn't
Listen,
have punched me in the mouth.
sounds like you were working as a heel, my friend. That's
I was
how
working as a smart man trying to.
you are the bad
Nope.
guy here. You are the
Listen,
bad
I'm
guy.
bad news. I can't. I can't. It's
Bad
not me. I
news.
was just trying to win.
Bad news.
See, he tried to throw me outside the ring. That sucked for him.
Working on that same arm.
He hit me in the mouth.
There you go. Flex on him.
You know, just a little flex, a light flex. Oh, oh, he's so
Blue
strong.
Blue said the ref looks like an auntie you don't want to mess with.
She sounds like one too. She sounds like one. I just knew her collard greens was busting.
I bet. Thank Thanksgiving probably lit at her house.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure.
But see, that's again about wrestling. It's like all walks of life that's just into it. You take a look at her, and by judging a book by her cover, you don't think she's that would be someone a ref in wrestling, right?
You would
So
never. You would
it's a
never.
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I remember that. That didn't feel good.
He's getting at you.
Yeah, he got me here for a little bit. I didn't like that. That wasn't fun either.
I don't think it would be fun. It doesn't look like it's fun. He
Daggone
almost
right,
got
I
you there.
did. No, no, almost doesn't count. No, 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 no.
Almost
Don't
doesn't
spread that
count.
rumor. Don't spread that rumor.
My fault.
See, they're cheering. They're not cheering for him.
It's trying for you.
Yeah, of course they are.
Oh, still working on that arm.
Yeah, he got caught slipping. What I did was I heard him gasp. He's like, and when he did that, I was like, oh, he's hurting. Look at that. Look at that.
You worked smart. You worked on his arm. And he couldn't
And then you
kick
get them
out.
when they least expect it. You see, people want to try and finish people. I don't need to finish you.
Face.
That's not what wrestling's about. I need to hold you down the mat for 3 seconds. I don't gotta knock you out. I just gotta finish you. And if my punch don't do it, I'll just outsmart you.
There you go. See, it's a smart way to go about it.
And now he's in the ring. He's awake. He can see that I won. He's upset. You know, everything is good. We're good. Look. I gave him a kiss. He's so mad.
You going about your business.
You know, he's so upset. That's what he gets.
He'll be okay.
Look at that.
Well, that
come back with the greatest hits.
Well, I definitely appreciate the time you spent with me. Is there anything that you want to plug in, put over, what we need to look out for?
Carlie Bravo's the man. The Infantry is the greatest tag team that'll ever live. Will probably be all elite soon. Overkill is top-notch, best faction out there. This is probably the best podcast show I've ever done in my entire life.
Of course, absolutely. And I know you did a little something with Blue not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure this was way better.
Yes. Whenever you guys are in the city, you guys come. I will take care of you guys. You know, we are having a huge show in January. Overkill member Zicky Dice is throwing a huge wrestling show called Zicky Dice Outlandish Paradise. If you guys can get to Atlanta, you will have 2 tickets waiting for you guys.
January what though?
January 15th. It is a huge show. Huge show. And I can't tell you the show, but I'm letting you know it's going to be big.
Okay.
If you guys can get here, you will have 2 tickets waiting on y'all. Courtesy of Overkill.
Appreciate it. Where can people find you at?
Carlie Bravo, Carlie, not Charlie, no H. Carlie Bravo. You can watch. I'm on everything. You can't miss me. Look up America. That's what my name is now. You know, look up. You can't miss me.
If we Google America, we should see a picture of Carlie Bravo, basically.
I'm working on trademarking it. You know, I'm trying to see if I can get that. You know, the government's trying to give me some pullback on that, but I think that I think we'll make it happen for sure.
Okay, that's the first time I've ever heard of that, but that sounds fantastic.
You know, me and the government, we're kind of cool. You know, I got these niggas on speed dial. We're good.
Wow. Okay. Well, then there's a lot of things you need to pull for people. Like I have like $1,000 left for my student loans. I need that canceled. So if you can,
I'm finna hit y'all off this. We gonna make it happen.
Okay. You know, appreciate it.
For sure. I got you.
You really that dude. Thank you, sir, for joining me.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you for having me.
This has been an episode of Put You On. Next week we have, who do we have? The suplex assassin Alex Kane. He will be joining Blue. It's not going to be as good as this because I'm the one that's clearly hosting.
Alex is the man. That's my dude. That is my guy. He is the man.
It's fine, but you know, you're you. I'm me. They ain't us.
He ain't us.
You know,
good luck, guys.
Good luck, but you know, we already killed it. This is going to be the best episode ever. So, but definitely,
I really appreciate
you. Definitely make sure you guys look out for that next Tuesday at the same time, 8 p.m.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Peace.